You are standing at the check-in kiosk with your hand on the suitcase handle, lungs a little tighter than normal, the airport PA drifting "final boarding" in the background while the belt chugs away behind you. You can feel the pull of your belly when you bend, your shoes squeak against the tile, and a line of passengers moves like slow current toward security. Somewhere ahead, a gate agent is calling for paperwork, and your chest tightens because you don't know what they'll ask or whether you'll be allowed to board.
If your flight happens to be canceled or delayed, CompenSair will help you get compensation for the inconvenience and get your money back without wasting time on red tape. Get a refund for your canceled flight right.
That tightness is exactly why I made this practical, calm steps, so an occasional flyer or first-timer can get through a trip while pregnant without surprises. I'll start with how to prepare at home, what to check with your doctor, and what airlines usually require. Then we'll look at why the rules exist in plain terms, the real financial and travel risks if you ignore them, the cheapest, safe options for travel, and the single upsell or hidden fee that trips most people up, and how to say no. Start at home. Check your dates, your doctor's advice, and your airline's written policy.
Most airlines publish pregnancy policies on their website under Special Assistance or Medical Travel. Note the cutoff dates. For example, many carriers restrict travel after 36 weeks for pregnancies, sometimes earlier for twins. Check your flight length and destination. Long international flights and destinations with different medical standards change the recommendation. Call your airline's medical desk if the website is unclear. Press 0 or choose the option for special assistance and ask for the medical policy reference number so you can save it. Next, talk to your prenatal clinician about the timing and the trip itself. Ask 3 direct questions. 1. Is there any medical reason I should not fly on these dates? 2. Can you provide a short, fit-to-travel note with the expected due date and any travel restrictions? 3. Will you consider remote or written clearance if the airline asks? Most clinics are used to this and will write a one-line note or stamp a form saying you are medically cleared to fly until a given date. Bring that note in paper and a photo on your phone. What to pack in your carry-on? Water bottle, compression socks, prenatal vitamins, pre-printed fit-to-fly note, an extra sanitary pad, a short list of your medications, and a small ice pack if you have swelling. Wear comfortable shoes and loose layers. Planes can be chilly, then hot. Make a physical printout of your doctor's note and keep it with your boarding pass so it's immediately available at the gate. At the airport, arrive early. If you are under any airline cutoff or if your pregnancy is advanced, get to the check-in desk at least 120 minutes before departure for domestic and 2.3 hours for international. Early arrival lowers the missed flight risk when staff ask for documents. At check-in, hand the boarding agent your fit-to-fly note if requested. If they ask for a physician's letter and you only have a clinic note, ask politely if a stamped clinic note is acceptable. Many agents will accept that if it lists your expected due date and the phone number of the clinic. Security screening is straightforward. Metal detectors and body scanners are safe in pregnancy. The TSA and most international counterparts say so. If you prefer, request a hand search or additional screening by telling the officer you are pregnant. They'll arrange it. When you board, choose an aisle seat near the lavatory and the front of the cabin if you want faster service and a slightly less bumpy ride. Buckle under your belly and keep the belt low on your hips. Why do airlines have trimester rules? Think of it like a taxi company restricting rides after a certain time because the risk of an unplanned delivery grows as the due date approaches. Airlines aren't doctors. They set conservative cutoffs to limit liability and the rare but serious chance of an in-flight delivery. An everyday analogy. Airlines treat very late pregnancy the same way some venues treat intoxicated guests. It's about reducing a predictable risk and ensuring safety for everyone. Cost and risk if handled incorrectly. Worst case, if you try to board without required documentation or after a carrier's cutoff, you can be denied boarding and lose your ticket fare or the value of a non-refundable fare that typically ranges from $0 on a fully refundable ticket to $200, $500 plus in forfeited value on cheap domestic fares, and $500, $1,200 on international bargain fares. You might also face rebooking fees if you need to change flights last minute. There's a small but real health risk if you fly against medical advice. Premature labor far from your doctor can result in expensive emergency care abroad and evacuation, which can cost thousands of dollars. Many useful links can be found in the description. Here's the cheapest, safest approach. Pick a direct daytime flight in your second trimester if possible. That's when nausea fades and labor risk is still low. Buy a refundable or change-permitted fare if you're within a few weeks of the airline cutoff. The extra $50, $150 is cheap insurance compared with a denied boarding or medical evacuation. If your trip is essential late in pregnancy, call the airline's medical desk in advance. Get written confirmation of acceptance and carry a signed fit-to-fly note with a phone number for your clinician. Mid-script tab. If you're finding this helpful, please subscribe for short, practical travel tips that won't waste your time. Now, the one hidden fee or misleading claim to watch for. Some booking sites and airline agents will advertise no medical paperwork needed or bury a line about medical clearance may be required. That's a booking site trick. The site sells you the seat, but the airline's own final gate or check-in agent can still enforce medical policies. Always confirm directly with the operating airline, not the third-party site. If a site or agent claims no paperwork, ask for that confirmation in writing, screenshot or email, and then call the airline. If the airline requires a fit-to-fly note, politely refuse any upsell for an additional purchase of a medical certificate from a third-party provider unless it's cheaper than simply obtaining the letter from your clinician. How to refuse an upsell politely. Thank you, I don't need that. My clinician will provide a fit-to-fly note. If the airline requires anything else, please tell me the exact policy so I can comply. Keep the exchange short and reference the airline policy page if needed. If a gate agent attempts to force an extra paid service, ask for a supervisor and say you want the airline's medical desk number. Use your phone to call and get the policy clarified in real time. On international trips, check your destination's entry rules for pregnant travelers. Some countries are generally fine. Others discourage or restrict late-term visitors or have limited neonatal care options. If you are traveling internationally, verify your health insurance covers pregnancy-related emergencies abroad and consider travel insurance that explicitly covers pregnancy complications. Seat advice and onboard comfort tips. Request pre-boarding if you need extra time getting settled. Ask to have your carry-on stowed for you if lifting is uncomfortable. Use a lumbar roll or a small pillow for lower back support, and make a plan to stand and stretch every 60-90 minutes to reduce clot risk. Compression socks plus short walks in the galley area with crew permission are a safe routine. Drink water. Avoid caffeine overload and keep salt moderate to reduce swelling. If you face a gate dispute, stay calm and document. Take a quick photo of any required sign, the gate screen, and the agent's name. If you're denied boarding and believe policy was applied incorrectly, ask for a written denial or instant number. This helps if you later request a refund or contest a charge. Finally, an everyday sensible checklist before you go. Confirm your due date with your clinician and get a short paper fit-to-fly note. Check your airline's pregnancy cutoff and phone the medical desk if unclear. Buy flexible tickets if you are within 4 to 6 weeks of the cutoff. Pack a medical summary and meds in your carry-on and arrive earlier than normal. These 5 small actions reduce the chance of being turned away to almost zero. Travel while pregnant doesn't need to be dramatic. With the right prep, clear notes from your clinician, and an early call to the airline's medical desk, most flights are routine and safe. The biggest risks are avoidable: missed flights, surprise fees, or being far from your medical team, and you can manage them with a paper note, phone call, and sensible ticket choice. If this helped, please like the video and subscribe so I can make more short guides for occasional flyers. Safe travels and take care of yourself.